Well, Toyota is the world's biggest car maker, and so whatever it does has implications for the entire industry. And it plans to allow rival companies to use some of its patented electric vehicle technology. Could change the way you or the next generation uses cars in the future. Azhar Sukri takes a look.
When it was launched in 1997, the Toyota Prius was by no means the world's first hybrid electric vehicle. The technology had been around since the turn of the 20th century, but Toyota used its ability to produce large numbers of vehicles cheaply and made hybrid cars affordable to a mass market. And like a sumo wrestler, Toyota is using its massive size to perform the same trick again. It now plans to make some of its patents for electric cars available to rival automakers. It'll also sell them the basic components, the engine, transmission, and other parts of the so-called powertrain of a car. One car industry analyst and a consultant to Toyota explains the strategy.
Toyota is opening its patents towards anything to do with hybrids, electric vehicles, anything to do with alternative propulsion. What that means is that technology is going to be available to their competitors, to other supply chains, to other markets. And this means that the know-how that exists within Toyota and within their supply chain. So we're going to see suppliers that are related to Toyota and relate to that supply chain make partnerships with other suppliers, partnerships with other vehicle manufacturers. It means that technology is available to anyone within the automotive industry. And that literally means that research development that's been done by Toyota over the last sort of 20 years is going to be available to everyone.
Think of it like this. Companies like Intel, Qualcomm, and Samsung make the computer chips that power most of the world's computers and smartphones. The basic nuts and bolts of these chips are the same whether you own a Windows PC or an iPhone. But companies like Apple or Lenovo use these building blocks to make unique products that compete as much on flashy designs and bells and whistles as on the raw computing power inside them. Toyota is attempting to do something similar. It plans to retain the core technology that it has developed to make its hybrid cars a global success. But it will also allow other car makers to tweak it so that they can create their own unique products. And in doing so, Toyota hopes to become an integral part of most cars of the future. Azhar Sukri, TRT World.
And Azhar's in the studio with us now. As on the face of it, Toyota is selling, the family silver in a way, its secrets. But on the other hand, it could be a good business decision because it will find its technology everywhere, as you mentioned.
The key word is growth. What they're trying to do is catch the next wave of strong growth in the industry. Now, bear in mind that for next year, Toyota have said they're expecting overall sales growth to be 1%. Compare that to how fast the hybrid sector of its business is growing. In the first 6 months, that grew by 17%.
Okay, so it needs to keep taking other pieces as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
So it's catching that wave early, and it's changing the entire dynamics of the market, using its own heft to do that.
I see. And does this mean that the whole electric market will grow faster? It will accelerate that development?
It could do. It could well do that. What Toyota is also planning on doing, Antonio Ferreira, the consultant who we had in the package there, he told me that the other thing that Toyota is trying to do is to get into markets in Europe and China. Car makers that are building their own electric cars in these parts of the world would love to have a ready-made, off-the-shelf powertrain that is reliable and that they can use to build their own brands. And that's the kind of market that Toyota is going after now in this strategy.
Okay.
So it is a pretty radical strategy when you think about it. But, it could work.
Okay. Azhar, thank you for that, as ever.